friends, and welcome to our Day 2 highlights from the Lock and Loads Alpine Rally of East Gippsland. Where are we today? Well, we've come east from our base in Lakes Entrance, and we're in the wonderful country town of Orbost. Stages based all around the town here. It really is a fantastic place to run the rally out of today. It has been quite a day out there. 170 kilometres, would you believe? 9 stages in total. The longest of those stages, Bullwinkle, stage 9, 55 kilometres. A proper challenging day for all our crews. Do you know what? Our overnight leader and defending champion Nathan Quinn, oh, it didn't quite go his way in the morning. Nathan, you started leading. We've had a look at the leaderboard. You've got a bit of work to do now. Mr. Stratford's in front of you.
I'm not too worried. We're pretty confident he booked in 6 or so minutes late at the start of the 30K. And look, as far as I'm aware, I'm racing a classic car. None of these modern garbage. So, yeah, I'm not too worried in that last stage. He managed to take 20 seconds out of us in 10Ks, so in the very end we had him all staged, and I think our canvas tyres had a little bit to do with that, but we're not too worried. No risks. I've only made one mistake today, so that's pretty good.
1.2 kilometres, next call.
Tell me about the long stage then. It's not often we get a 55 kilometre stage in this event. Tell me about the approach, tell me how it went.
It went pretty good, really smoothly. No chances given away. In the rain last year, we were about a minute quicker this year, but we still suffered a real drop in power about the halfway point, and I think the poor old rotisserie's up to 200 degrees, and the chook's bloody near burnt at that section. But probably the biggest thing we've struggled with all day, and like I say, we're not too worried, is the roads are so slippery, and road position, if I was any good or any smart, I probably wouldn't have went out for car 1 today.
And the man who took advantage was the underdog. Adrian Stratford in that COVID-inspired car, doing wonders out there on the stages today.
Yeah, look, we've surprised ourselves a little bit as well, but we're just hanging in there and having lots of fun.
A little bit of debate about potentially an issue that you had out there earlier on. Tell me about that.
We've had a couple. We're having a lot of brake knock-off, which is just hampering confidence a little bit. So coming into some corners, you've got to pump the pedal a bit. And we also, on a fast downhill section, we banged the sump into the ground and split it as well. So we were able to get through, and thankfully we didn't starve it of oil, but welded the sump up at the earlier service and off we went again.
You say your pace has surprised yourself. What did you expect from the rally this week? Where did you expect to be running?
Look, to be honest, I was going to be happy if we were top 5. That's sort of what we were aiming for. If we could put some top 5 times in, I would have been really stoked. And to be where we are, just over the moon. I think it does suit it quite well. And the tyres, it's really loose and slippery up here, and the tyres were great.
And let's not forget Andrew Travis. What an afternoon he's had. A little bit behind our top 2. He's had 1 or 2 issues. He's still in the fight, though. Tyre management seems to have been a bit of an issue out there.
Yeah, the shorter stages are much better for us. We can sort of get the tyres up to temp and use them in that sort of short period, but the longer stages, we're really having to manage it and modulate the throttle throughout those stages.
And how bad was it, particularly in that 55k stage?
I asked Dad, the navigator, about kilometre 34 and said, oh, these tyres are gone. So then we managed it through the end, and about a kilometre to go, the right rear delaminated, and we just sort of coaxed into the finish. But not a lot of time lost.
We're sitting in a really strong position with, what, 2 days to go. What is the plan for the next 2 days? What's the strategy?
I've got to look at the times, but I think there's going to have to be some stage we're going to have a bit of a push. But you've got to finish every stage. You've got to keep out of trouble and consistently, finish.
Stephen, it's always great to see this wonderful car. Longest day of the rally. How's it gone?
Sore arms. Other than that, worn out tyres, lots of fuel, but a lot of fun.
Favourite stage of today? What was your favourite run today?
The one just before this. No navigator required. He was ballast.
You've been taking those cuts a wee bit tight in there?
Does that count as evidence?
That's evidence. Did you see our evidence last night?
Yeah. No, we've overall we've had an all right day. We're sort of running out of tyres pretty quickly. Like, it's pretty hard on them, and fortunately for us, a few of the boys up the front have had a few dramas, so we're just sticking to our plan and see where we're at on Sunday.
Has it been harder on the tyres than you were expecting? The surface seems to have been a little bit more abrasive.
It is, yeah, exactly. We thought our medium would be all right, not going to be too hot, but yeah.
Carl, you had issues with a snapped gear stick earlier on, and you did a bit of welding in service. How did it hold?
Yeah, there's a nice plug of welds there, so yeah, that was an interesting one. We were about 500 metres from the end of the stage and went from third to nothing, and it fell on the floor. I'm like, oh, what am I doing? So yeah, we had to plunge through, and we got a socket and extender and pushed that on, and we were able to change gears. So we finished the next stage, and apparently we only dropped like 30 seconds or something in 28 k's, so pretty happy with that one.
Some really encouraging times this afternoon. You seem to have picked it up a wee bit.
Yeah, well, I didn't go too well this morning, so lost 10 minutes in the scrub. That wasn't great. So, but anyway, I bent my number plate, so it's a bit more streamlined. So you got to look for the positives.
Brian, the first time we've caught up with you this weekend so far. How are things going?
We've had a great day today. The car's feeling fine. I'm picking up the pace through the day, which was always the plan. So, yeah, things are looking really good. Thank you.
Physically, how difficult is it on a day like today? It's hot in the car, 170 kilometres. I'd imagine it takes a fair bit out of you.
Especially for the old blokes like me, for sure. But
I didn't like to say that.
Yeah, indeed. Look, plenty of hydration helps. But actually, the hardest part is managing the tyres, because tyres are wearing out in 40 k's. So you have to really be a bit measured with them.
It's a hot day, but a long day out there as well. How have you got on?
Oh, look, it was a really hot day. We were just trying to keep it on the road. We're running out of tyres. We actually blew a whole new set just in that last 50k stage. Yeah.
Is that the surface? Is it the car? Is it a combination of things, the driving?
It's probably the heat's also to do with it as well, and plus it's a bit gravelly, so it's just chewing it up. And because you're spinning the tyres all the time, it's just, well, you know what it's like with soft rubber and spinning, so yeah, that's expensive. But anyway, well, look, we're just trying to keep it in there and keep it going, and just trying to put pressure on the ones in front. And we're slowly just coming up the field. That's what we're trying to do.
Boy, next year. Is this yours? Is it father and son? How's he getting on?
He's doing a fantastic job, fantastic. And he's a driver as well, which makes it really interesting, because he can see the corners, especially with the right-hand corners, before I can. So he's actually saying, yeah, it's tight and it's opening, and he's saying, get on the gas or get off the gas. Yeah, so it's really making a difference.
Jeff, it's been a heck of a long day out there. You're looking awfully dusty. Tell me how you got on.
No, good. We haven't finished the stage yet. We had an off in the first stage, lost 12.5 minutes. Second stage, lost the rear shock. Third stage, got a flat tyre. And now we've got no gears, so yeah.
That's a fairly adventurous day. Are you going to get everything sorted for tomorrow?
We're going to go back now and try and rip the box apart and swap it over, yeah.
Campbell, good to see you here at the end of what has been a very long day out there.
Absolutely long day, but it's been very enjoyable, and the amount of changes in surface and grip and tightness has just been incredible. So our first ever Alpine, so it's yeah, awesome.
You're doing a great job. You've got car 84 on the door, but you're well up inside, what, the top 30, I'd have said?
Yeah, we were 19 last night, so I don't know exactly where that puts us today. We haven't been checking our times throughout the day. We just drive each corner as fast as we can, and that's all we can do. So
you're clearly enjoying your first Alpine.
Absolutely loving it. Thank you.